Hey guys, welcome to my channel, etc, etc, etc. I figured I should wear glasses on this episode so that you guys can take me seriously. Not to waste time. Let us get into it. So we're gonna like really brush on cost estimating, right? I'm not gonna go into detail, but there was just something I was like, what? This actually makes sense, you know? Guys, making videos is like not easy at all. Like you have to retake. Sorry, I'm losing track. Focus. So yes, on today, it's actually the same day still, but on this episode, we're gonna look at cost management and estimating. All right, not to waste time. Let's just run into it. Yo guys, I'm tired. I think this is the fourth like take of video, but anyway, I'm gonna try to remember everything I said in the previous videos because it was really cool. I'm gonna try to keep it as natural as possible so that I don't have to take this again. Yeah, let us get into it. So we'll in this episode we'll talk about cost management and then some models for estimating. I'm gonna try shorten this video so that I don't, like I said, end up having to say a whole lot of things and then taking this video 7 times again. So cost management would consist of cost advising, cost planning, cost control, cost reporting, and cash flow projections. I believe those terms are self-explanatory. And then estimating models. So what we basically mean by estimating models, we're saying that there are different ways to estimate what a project would cost. In this case, let's talk specifically what the construction cost would be, not as in excluding all the other the professional fees, etc., etc. So we're just talking about the building cost, right? Say that there's a lot of ways that you can measure or estimate how much that would cost, right? That'll also obviously depend on the information you have at that stage. So if you look at your inception stage or your brief stage versus your detailed design stage, like obviously the drawings are going to be different. In the beginning, the drawings are more of a concept. It's a concept stage. It's a brief stage. The client's still trying to figure out what they want. They have an idea. The architect is also just trying to scribble around and, okay, fine, there should be walls, walls. And then we'll, QSs, will come and attach a cost to that design, right? Like I said, it will depend on the information that you have at that time. So in your detailed design, this is like really cool table that sort of explains like what I'm actually explaining now. It's like summarized, it's clear, it makes a lot of sense. I looked at this and I'm like, oh, actually. So it's how do I explain this? It's a triangle. You guys know what a triangle is, right? It's like narrow at the top and then it's wider at the bottom, right? So the triangle is broken down into 7 steps, right? With one being on top, 7 being at the bottom. One representing how vague like and not so clear the project is at that stage and the design is at that stage, right? And 7 being a fully defined, we're in construction, we're using working drawings, construction drawings, same thing at that stage, right? So like I said, depending on the type of the stage that you're in and the type of the design that you have, you will then apply an applicable estimating method to calculate the estimated construction cost. So one is the unit. One, like I said, brief stage, unit, very unclear. The client will say, I want something like this. It should have, for example, 300 rooms. It should have 300 rooms. Let's work on that, right? You would then use something like an order of magnitude estimate where you apply a cost per bed method, cost per key in hotels, for example, right? And then if you go down, you'll get a space type of estimating method, where now it's a little bit more defined, and then you use a cost per square meter method to get the estimated construction cost. Right, move further down, you'll get an elemental estimate, right? Also a little bit more defined, and a little bit more accurate. The more defined it is, the more accurate it is or should be. All right, and then you get your cost per grouped elements or items, sorry. That would be like an approximate quantity, which is a little bit more detailed than an elemental estimate, a detailed estimate basically. And then the last one, your pretender, would be a bill of quantities, right? Where it's like, it should be ideally like defined. We know what the items are, we know the descriptions, we know the specifications, we've quantified them, we've defined them, we've copulated or drafted a bill of quantities. So yeah, that would be tier 5. And then 6 and 7 is basically the contractor's end, so that's post contract. So that will be operations, resources. Operations will be cost per operation. Resources will be cost of labor, plant, material, supervision, etc. So that's another cost management method, but that would be post construction. So as in after post construction, wow, post tender, as in after we've appointed the contractor. That those would be methods that the contractor would use in that stage. But like previously, pre-contract, that's where us, the consulting QSs, come in, and that's where we still guide and assist the client to defining his project and also advising on the cost implications and basically the cost of the construction. Yeah, I hope that's clear and that makes sense. It really makes sense. If you look at this, you just read it and you're like, oh, I completely get it. I completely get it. Narrow, not so much information. Wider, a lot of information. Clear. So yeah. And also just know that not all projects will actually get to the point where you actually go out to tender and appoint a contractor and it is in construction. So the whole point of having like an estimating tool or a variety of estimating tools is to just help everyone at the end of the day, like make your life easy. Depending on the information you have, you apply the method to your disposal, and yeah, save time and money. Also remember, it is not your money. I hope that was clear. Thank you, guys.